Hello everyone, welcome to my new episode. And today's my guest name is Luna. So, how are you, Luna?
I'm doing well today. How are you doing?
I'm also good. So, my first question is, can you please introduce yourself?
Sure. My name is Lona Fink. I'm the founder of Elevate Authentically. And my mission is to really help everyone understand the value of communication, why it's so important to get their message out. And I have recently also stepped into divine messages of light and love. And now I'm also helping everyone understand that God loves you and it's a beautiful world out there. And so there's a few different things that I help with, especially I know the communication piece is so essential. For years, I didn't talk. I wasn't one that wanted to be in the spotlight ever. I was always the one that wanted to be in the shadows and stick up against the wall and, hide as much as possible. And then I received my first Toastmasters International membership about 3 years ago. And that was after freezing on a Zoom call. If you can imagine, I was presenting to 400 people online and my part was coming up, right? And so I literally could see the sweat dripping down my face. Like my throat was constricted. I could hardly get the words out. And of course, afterwards, I apologized profusely and said, I am so sorry for that awful performance. And we're always harder on ourselves, right? Everyone's like, oh, you did great. I'm like, are you kidding me? I really didn't. But thank you. And so at that point, I'd said I was stepping out of leadership and I was stepping out of public speaking forever. I'm done. I'm never going to do it. And then I received my first Toastmasters International membership about a year later. And it's been nonstop ever since. I stepped into a leadership role immediately for the brand new club. And today, just 2.5 years in, I now lead 400 members and over 20 clubs in the division here. And so for me, the biggest thing is being able to help everyone understand that we all have a story to tell. Everyone does. And when you can communicate it clearly, concisely, and impactfully, then that's when you can get your message across. And the craziest thing is, when I was a brand new Toastmaster, just 9 months in, I was asked to be part of a TEDx coaching team. I'm like, wait a minute, me? I'm brand new to this. What do you mean you want me? Nope, I know I have the person you're going to click with. I need you on my team. And so I have actually coached 3 different TEDx speakers on stage. And it was an amazing experience because I was able to watch them grow, watch their speeches go from something where maybe there would be a few people that would ask questions about to all of a sudden getting to the heart of it to a mic drop moment at the end. That's where it becomes magical. When you can get your message out and everyone understands it and it resonates with so many across the world. So that's me. A little bit about me. Do you want to tell me of the TEDx that you're going to be doing? You're
So,
pulling the speakers.
okay. So, Luna, my next question is uh, how. My next question is what do you enjoy doing in your free time?
In my free time, I have over 4 million meters on my hydro. It's an indoor rowing machine. And I also love to do yoga. I love to read and just spend time in nature, whether it's a walk on the beach, whatever it is, just to spend time with others, work with family, and just be surrounded by my loved ones.
So, my next question is what inspired you to become a speaker?
It absolutely has to be when I joined Toastmasters International. Before then, I never thought of myself as a public speaker, ever. Again, I froze on Zoom during COVID, right? And so I said I was not ever going to do it. And I had worked 25 years already in corporate America. I was in there for over 27. And it wasn't until I realized that we each have a power with our voice. And if we can communicate what it is that's essential to us, to our families, to our heritage, whatever it is, what message do we want that can go global? That's where the magic happens. And so I'm so excited that everyone has the opportunity. And I want everyone to understand public speaking is the number 2 fear of everyone across the world after death. Number 2, right? So if we can help everyone understand that they can conquer this fear, right? They have the ability to gain the confidence to go in front of anyone. And honestly, no one is looking for perfection. And I know that in Toastmasters, they'll look at the filler words, right? So all of these words that sometimes we say. And I have to be honest with you, I purposely put them back into my speeches so that I connect with my audiences. No one wants to listen to someone who's perfect. They want someone who's real and authentic. And that's why I named my company Elevate Authentically, because that's what I want everyone to do. I want everyone to get to their next level, whatever it is. Maybe it's you want to be on TEDx someday. Maybe it's you just want to speak at your church, synagogue, mosque, wherever it is, right? You want that opportunity to speak and you're not sure how to get there. That's why I have my coaching company, because I know that everyone has a voice and everyone has experiences that we all need to understand. It's amazing when we think about how many experiences we have out there that no one even is going to hear about. You know, when you go away and there's all these amazing things that happen on your trip, I'm going to tell you the things that you come back and you talk about are the crazy things that happen, right? You don't ever talk about any of the good things that were planned on the trip. And then guess what happened? There was this downpour, this happened, we got trapped here. Those are the stories that everyone loves. And those are the stories that everyone's going to remember. And so for me, I just love hearing about everyone's stories. What do you have to tell us? What's your story? That's why I love TEDx and just speaking in general, because you're able to communicate, you're able to get clear, concise, and impactful.
Amazing. So my next question is on your screen. So my next question is, what did you start your journey as a coach?
Sure. When I was in corporate America, I signed up with Mind Valley to become a life coach. I don't know if you've heard of Mind Valley. It's an internet-based company. So I have my life coach certification. And the reason why I love to coach is because I realized that's actually where the magic happens, is when you're able to work with someone to help bring them to that next level, whatever that next level is for them. And it's going to be different for everyone. So it's finding out with them, where do you want to go? And then taking steps and putting an action plan to get there. It doesn't have to be overnight, right? It can be something that you're working on over a few months, however many months it's going to be, but watching the growth and watching everyone almost come out of their cocoon like a butterfly, that's why I coach. That's why I absolutely love being able to make an impact.
So my next question is, what challenges did you face in your career?
I had quite a few challenges in my career in corporate America. And the challenges that I had were mostly because I didn't think I was good enough to go into the next level, right? Opportunities would come up and I would say, no, I don't have all the qualifications. No, that's not me. No, I can't do it. And I did not go into leadership management early in my corporate career. And when I had the opportunity to go into management, it was going to be a $20,000 pay cut a year. That's a lot of money when I'm trying to get my loved ones through whatever it is we need for the house and everything else. So I did not take that opportunity to go into management in corporate America. It wasn't until I joined Toastmasters International where I realized the impact I could have and I do have as a leader, because it's with them. And they actually, their slogan is where leaders are made. It's kind of funny that all of a sudden right now I understand that this is an amazing opportunity for anyone to go in and get the confidence and skills they need to truly make a difference. I know that there is no way I would be where I am today, owning my own coaching company, being able to truly have an impact on the world around me, if it wouldn't have been for some of those no's, right? That all of a sudden became a yes, because now I have that confidence that I've been given. And unfortunately, after about 27 and a half years, I was part of a layoff that happened. Right? I mean, I'm sure you've seen the US layoffs that happen. And so I had to find something else that I loved to do. If I'm going to make a change, what is it I absolutely love to do where I can connect with everyone and I can make them understand that they are important? They don't have to be perfect. They're amazing just the way they are. And every single person has a story. And so for me, that's where, the challenges that, yes, they come. I used to think to myself when those challenges would come up, the why me, right? Why is this happening to me? I've reframed that to what can I learn from this challenge, right? For my future. And all of a sudden, all of those challenges now are stepping stones to get to the highest peak that we can. So, yeah, it's good. Did you have another question?
Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
Yeah. Okay. So my next question is, who has influenced you the most?
The person that has influenced me the most right now, I'm going to have to say, is probably my Toastmasters mentor, Michelle. And the reason that she has had such an impact on my life overall is because she was the one that started and said, Lana, you can do it. Step up into the president position. I got you. Don't worry about it. And if it wouldn't have been for her to push me gently off that ledge to step into something that I knew nothing about. I mean, you realize I was literally leading a weekly meeting for something I was completely scared to do. And I had over 25 people coming into these calls expecting me to know what's going on. Right? It was quite daunting. The one good thing was we were all together and everyone was starting from the same spot, right? So there wasn't any feeling of someone was way so much better. And then all of a sudden everyone else felt a certain way. And being that we were in corporate, it was very important that everyone was able to be their true authentic selves. That to me was the biggest game changer, because I wanted everyone to feel that they could be vulnerable. This was a space where we were a family. And so Michelle is the one that completely pulled me out of that comfort zone that I was in or feeling that I wasn't good enough. And now when I work with her, she teases me because she says, Lana, you keep saying yes. You keep saying yes to all of these opportunities. And my darling, I love you, but oh my gosh, what are you doing? And so it's amazing that I still have a very close relationship with her. And yeah, she's going to be the one that absolutely pushed me, and just amazing.
Okay, that's great. So my next question is, why is public speaking important?
Public speaking is so important because when you can speak calmly and you have the right words to say, the right context, you can get your message across to anyone, right? Think about this for a minute. When I was in corporate America, my role was to make sure that the communication was very clear. And there was many times that we couldn't do what we needed to do, right? We couldn't hit a deadline. We couldn't do things. And when you're able to phrase it in a way that the person you're speaking with or the group that you're speaking with still understands that they're valued, that they're cared for, that they are the ones who are going to be able to, they're the reason that you're there. Like I truly feel that when you're able to get your truth across, whatever that truth is, you're able to speak from a place of authenticity and come completely open to everyone. And trust me, it's not easy, right? It's not easy to think to yourself, what if I'm not perfect? Let me tell you something. No one is perfect. I've seen the best speakers not be perfect. And I have to tell you, there were some in the C-suite. I should not have been counting the filler words. I should have been listening. Right? But sometimes you get into that space. And so public speaking absolutely is very important because you're able to connect with whatever audience it is. You're able to make them feel certain things. You're able to help them understand that they're important. No matter how they might feel at the time, they matter. And for me, I want every single person to understand they can overcome the fear of public speaking. If I can do it, and trust me, if you ask anyone back home from where I was, at 19 years old, I moved away from the house across the country, 1,500 miles away, and never returned. And so the fact that we're able to each make our own lives and just have an amazing future. Honestly, I just want everyone to be able to really embrace themselves and understand that no one's perfect. No one is. Trust me. And perfection is a myth. And so I would rather be imperfectly perfect than perfect any day, because I don't want to have to hold myself to that particular level. I want to feel that the gift that I have to share with the world, that's what I want, is for them to understand that they have a voice. Every single person has a voice. It's unlocking the ability to share it.
Okay, that's great. So my next question is on your screen. What makes a good speaker?
A good speaker is someone who can connect with the audience. And what makes a speech so impactful, and I just used the word "so" in there, is when you start the speech with a question. How many of you in here have ever whatever the question is, right? Whether it's have ever been scared. How many people, I mean, I would hope that the whole audience is going to raise their hands, right? I mean, because I would think everyone at some point has been scared. When you start with a question, you're going to get the audience engagement. They're going to listen to what you're saying, right? So there's a major tip to make that good speaker. And then as you're working with the audience, I'm going to be honest with you, I don't have a ton of words on any presentation slides when I work with audiences. I would rather have a picture of how I want them to feel in the moment that I'm talking on that slide versus thinking that I'm going to be held to certain words that are on the slide. And sometimes when we're a speaker, if there's too many words on the slide, I've seen speakers read the slides. Right? I think you've seen it. And when you read that slide, you're losing your audience because you're reading the slide and half the time the audience is way ahead of you and not even paying attention to you. So I would rather have them pay attention to me. And what I can do as a great speaker is I can tell them, I want you to listen to my story today. And I have a handout with a QR code that I'll pull up on the slide at the end so you can have my speech, right? And you can get the key points of what I'm trying to tell you today, but I want to have a conversation with you. And I want you to feel like you're sitting down on the sofa next to me so that we can really get to know one another today. And if you're seeing the audience and they are completely not even paying attention to you, I would just stop talking and see. And watch them all of a sudden look at you and wait for that next cue that you're ready to go on.
So, Luna, my next question is on your screen. What is Elevate Authentically?
Yes. Elevate Authentically is the name of my coaching company. So I have my own life coaching company, and it offers life coaching, group coaching. I can be a keynote speaker at an event. I can also do, there's a whole bunch of other things, communication coaching. I have TEDx coaching, right? Because we can also be coached for TEDx. And so for me, it's really my baby. It's my company, my coaching company, and it is what allows me to just live every single day authentically and know that what I'm doing, I'm making an impact with every single person that I help through coaching, through mentoring, through guiding, through these videos, because I know that we all can make an impact in this world, right? And everyone has the ability to elevate, right? I mean, everybody does. I don't care who you are. The reason I wanted to say authentically at the end is because I want everyone to be as real as they can be and be comfortable with that. I don't want them to feel like for years I felt like I had to wear a mask. If I wasn't a certain way, no one would like me. If I didn't say the right thing, I wouldn't be included in certain areas. I don't ever want anyone to feel that way. I want them to be true to themselves. And that's why I named the company Elevate Authentically. Because for me, being authentic is really where the key is.
Okay, so my next question is on your screen. What is the biggest lesson you will learn as a CEO?
As a CEO, my biggest lesson learned is what's the biggest lesson I've learned? With so many people that I want to help, everyone is asking me, what's my niche? What sect of people do you want to help? I want to help everybody. I don't just want to help one set of, I don't just want to say I'm going to help corporate women because that then ties me to corporate America, right? I don't just want to say I want to help, one gender or the other. For me, my biggest challenge as a CEO is knowing that I literally have the ability to help everyone, and hearing that I need to pick one group to help. And so I don't just pick one group to help. I've worked with so many people in the past, and I know that anyone, honestly, there's quite a few people that are afraid of public speaking, that are afraid to get out there, that are afraid to have their story told. I can work with everyone. There's not anyone I can't work with unless you don't want to be authentic and elevate to your next level. That's up to you, right? So for me, that's the biggest challenge, is really just getting that out there.
Okay, that's great. So my next question is on your screen. What are the future plans or Elevate Authentically?
My future plans for Elevate Authentically, I would love to continue to build out the coaching side of it, and potentially even have some coaches underneath me that share the same dream of mine, that every single person has a voice, and let's help everyone elevate to that next level, whatever that next level is for them. Because at the end of the day, it's not just about one person or one thing. I mean, I want everyone to feel loved. I want everyone to feel supported, and everyone to understand that public speaking is scary. Don't get me wrong. It is. I know it is, right? Standing up in front of others and giving a speech is not an easy thing to do. It's not. I'm the first one to tell you. The first time I stood up and gave a speech, I was training others on a product that I was very comfortable with. And I have to be honest with you, I was literally shaking, right? Because my whole Toastmasters Club was on Zoom. So here I am standing for the first time in front of others ever, and I was training. And all of a sudden, I'm like, wait a second, this is no different than anything else. Why am I stressing about this? And it was all in a mindset shift and a feeling that I have this, I'm good. So, yeah.
Okay, that's great. So that's a wrap for episode 100. A hug thank you to Luna for sharing her wisdom and insights on authentic communication. If you enjoy this episode, don't forget like, share, and subscribe for more. It's inspiring in a conversation. Stay confident, keep growing, and remember your voice matters. See you in the next episode. Thank you so much, Luna.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.